Now, one of the things that I know, I've read and talked to a lot of people who are caring for people with Alzheimer's. One of the things that I know very much is that having some sort of history of their life for them to remember is a really good idea. So I've written a poem for my mum for that, on that very, with that very in mind. And this is the third time I've performed it. It's called The Long Goodbye. This is a poem for you, Mum. It's about your long, eventful life, the you that you were, and the you that you are now. The different you, the you with Alzheimer's, is to help you remember. And yes, I knew when I was writing this that it was to help me too. So this is a poem for us, Mum. You say, it's like wading through treacle. When I get through the treacle, there's a mist, which makes me wonder why I bothered with the treacle. But there are places we can go in the hours we spend together where there is no treacle, no mist, where everything is clear. Back to Gravesend, to the council house, to the stern Victorian printer father and the spirited, intelligent little girl who went to Reading for the holidays to stay with your maiden aunt, a teacher, and discovered a new magical world, the piano. This child is musical, Ethel. She must be taught. Auntie Evelyn paid for your lessons, and your talent blossomed. Church organist at 16, and not just in music. A scholarship to the county grammar school, matriculation, and then came the war. You say, it's as though bits of my mind are still awake, and bits have gone to sleep, or start imagining things. You were sent to Bletchley Park. You mostly can't remember what happened yesterday, but you can still describe every corridor at Bletchley, the walks through the town, and of course, the hours at the piano in the music room. Typing through the night on the Enigma decoding machine. Smoking to stay awake. You've always hated smoking, and the bustle and uproar when the nonsense you were typing suddenly turned to German and the boffins gathered round you, urging you on. Faster, faster. Your three friends, Jean, Margaret, Wynne. Still friends, nearly 70 years later. When the mist is all around, I say, tell me about Bletchley Park. In an instant, I have my mum back. You say, I am learning the difference between understanding and memory. I can still speak, still form sentences, talk to people, read The Guardian and enjoy it. Though I don't remember what I have read or what I have said. In one ear, out the other. But if my memory is gone, how is it that I remember how to understand? After Bletchley, London. Notting Hill. Working at Bateman's Opticians in Kensington High Street. Singing with the Royal Choral Society under Malcolm Sargent, premiering the works of Elgar. The music appreciation class where you met my father, 25 years your senior, living in a hostel on the run from a brutal marriage. You brought the sunshine back into his life, and when the divorce made the national press as a legal precedent, you didn't care. You were one. Visiting the Isle of Harris, honeymoon in Switzerland, my father's love poems to you. Yes, that's where I got this from. You tell me over and over again, the words from him, the music from you. Okay, not exactly in the way you'd have imagined. Rude words, loud music. You're used to that. You've had more than 30 years of it after all. You say, I know the meaning of the phrase, a fate worse than death. Come on, Mum. You're at home in your warm, comfortable house in Southwick. We live just around the corner. I'm here, my wife Rabina's here, family and friends are here. You could be in Baghdad or Kabul, family killed, cowering in a ruined cellar, not knowing who or where you were. It's not that bad. You say, you're right, John. I mustn't be so silly. Together we smile and sing, always look on the bright side of life. Do-do, 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 do-do. I go and make you a cup of tea. I'll bring it to you. You say, I know the meaning of the phrase, a fate worse than death. Of course, I'm used to the repetition, but I'll never get used to that. Now we're moving into the 50s, and here's the treacle. You can't remember the year I was born. How can I forget that? Then with great authority, 1947. Hang on, Mum. You weren't married till 53, and although I'm a bit of an old git, I'm not that much of an old git, it was 57. Tears fill your eyes. How can I forget that? I remember you as a little boy, always questioning, always loud. No, Mummy. Why, Mummy? Too right. You say, I've spent my life doing, and now I'm just being. The move to Southwick when I was 3, the worms, then the fish, lizards, newts, terrapins, slow worms, spiders. Going to football every week with my father, and the one time I heard you argue. Do you remember why it was? That's right. He left his Brighton season ticket in his trouser pocket. You put the trousers in the washing machine. We both laugh. You say, memory is such a wonderful thing, but you don't appreciate that until it's disappearing. My brain feels like a sponge with great big holes in it. I tell you how clever you are to use that analogy, because if you look at a photograph of the brain of a person with Alzheimer's, that's exactly what it looks like. A sponge with great big holes in it. Sometimes you say your brain feels like soup, or suet pudding, or sausages. But mostly it's a sponge. A thirsty sponge, full of life, which soaked up everything it possibly could for more than 80 years, and is now gently leaking it away. You say, I love you, my son, you are my rock. I say, I love you too, Mum. I'm your punk rock.